Hi, Heidi Porham here, and today I want to talk to you about being positive and how powerful it is to stay being positive. And I know I preached out a lot, and um, last week was a very testing week for me. And even though I always preach think positive, I still had to struggle with thinking positive. And while all the situations that I was going through, I couldn't find positivity in every little situation, or every big situation, should I say. But anyway, it was really hard last week. But like everybody else, I have to practice what I preach. And I'm saying this video and I'm opening myself up to y'all not to be judged and not for pity, because you can't be pitiful and powerful at the same time. And I understand that, and I don't want pity. What I want is to inspire other people and say, look, we all have trials and tribulations, and we all can find peace and happiness through them. And I'm not saying that, you're not going to be happy about the situation you're going through, but you can still find peace about it, and you can still focus on your blessings and focus on other things. And while you still have to deal with some of these things that you go through, by practicing being positive, you're in a better state of mind. So let me let you know what happened. And like I said, I'm opening myself up here, but I'm doing it to inspire other people. So last week was a very tough week for me. We got 2 phone calls that somebody close to us died, and while we loved that person, we also loved their family, and we hurt for the family too. And it was very hard for us because we're states away. So we had to come up with a decision. Okay, what funeral we're going to go to. And so we decided to go to one of the funerals, which you don't want to let nobody down, but it just happened to be the easier one to go to, and and we both loved them, so that was a tough decision, and you have to tell the other friend you can't go, but anyway, come Tuesday we had to bring my truck in, well, my husband's truck, because it was leaking transmission fluid. And we got the truck back, and it was like $800 later. And they said, oh, by the way, you need 4 new tires as soon as possible. And it's like, oh, wow, an extra cost we didn't think that we'd have to pay. And so, we had to pay for the transmission, buy extra tires, buy all 4 new tires, mind you. And then we're going to Louisiana on the weekend. So we're like, okay, well, Wednesday my husband had to go through surgery. And this was like an outpatient surgery, and he's doing great, praise God. But that still was like stressful, and it was an unexpected cost. And, it's your husband going through surgery, so you're like, and it was very stressful for me. But anyway, while he was going through surgery, his client was having medical issues, and they were trying to get in contact with me, and I was working out things to where make sure he got to the hospital. His family isn't here, so I had to, help him out and figure out what to do, all while my husband was going through surgery. So, and this client, he's not just, our client, my husband's client, he is like a family member to us, because we've been working together for 13 years, got really close to him. So, all that was going on at the same time, and it got a little bit overwhelming. Well, because he had these medical issues, he had to go home and go see other doctors. And because of that, my husband had to stay, and he couldn't leave to go to the funeral. And, you feel like you're letting your friends down. And it hurt really bad, because we wanted to be there for him, and we couldn't. And all these things was coming up, and it's like, God, I cannot find anything positive about any of this, So, I was going to... I was praying and asking God, give me guidance, give me something to do. Right now, I'm not happy. Right now, I can't even focus on my blessings right now. I'm going through so much, both financially, both emotionally, from all aspects. Like, what do you want me to do? What can I do, to make all of this better? And while we always think that we have to fix the situation, you can't. You can't fix every situation, but what you can do is fix your mind in every situation. And what I'm saying by this, like, if this would have happened 3 years ago, when I didn't go through that mindset training, if I didn't try to think positive all the time, I'd have been in a different place. Meaning, I probably would have went get drunk, or I probably would have went off the deep end. I probably would have went crazy. I probably, and I noticed myself last week too, and I'm not saying I'm perfect either, but I noticed myself getting overwhelmed, getting stressed out. And by doing that, I was causing aggravation on my kids. I was causing, overwhelming thoughts in my head. And I couldn't sleep, and didn't have a lot of sleep as it was from everything going on. So I was putting more stress on myself. But by thinking positive, and I just stopped and I focused on my blessings and thinking, like I said, if this would have happened 3 years ago, it would have been a totally different situation. Now, what I focused on, I was able to pay the medical bills. Wow, there was a time where I had to rob from Peter to pay Paul. There was a time where I was like, can I do a payment plan? There was a time where I had to pick out of my house note or my son getting surgery. This time I didn't have to worry about that. I was able to pay that. I didn't have to worry about paying for my vehicle. I was able to pay that. I was able to buy my husband's tires. I was able to, we were able to do all these things, and that wasn't the stress part. I didn't have to worry about money. I didn't have to worry about, if something was going to happen, because we have a God. We have a mighty God that we serve, and He's always there to, you can always lean on Him. So that's the most important thing too. I have somebody, I have hope. I have somebody I can run to. So that's a blessing in itself too. I know it's hard to find blessings in different situations that you're going through, but just try, because it really helps you. Like I said, I'd have been a totally different person 3 years ago, and this would have changed totally, and it would have been drastically for the worse if I'd have went through this 3 years ago. So it's very important to stay positive and try to find positivity in anything. And even if you don't find positivity from you already training your mind to think positive and to be happy, when you go through things that you can't find positivity in, you're able and you're more equipped to deal with them. Trust me, it works. So I hope you learned something, and I hope it inspired you today, and I hope you have a blessed day. Oh, and thank you for watching these videos. I know I opened myself up, and you might think, a lot of people are like, oh my God, this is a crazy girl, but I'm doing it to inspire other people. And if I inspire just one person through this video, I'm fulfilling my purpose. So I hope y'all have a blessed day, and thank you for watching.